Happy Friday, Mama. I'm so happy to be here. This is the last bonus episode of the month, and you are not going to want to miss this. It is a good one because I am sitting down with a fellow mom, a mom who went through my Restore and Rebuild Core and Pelvic Floor program, and we are talking about her personal experience in the program, why she decided to join, what she got out of it, and why she recommends every other mom, pregnant or postpartum, to do the same. She went from feeling weak and frustrated to confident and strong again, all thanks to this step-by-step plan. And it's all laid out for you in the Restore and Rebuild Core and Pelvic Floor program. It's a 6-week group coaching program where you are going to get all the information you need, a step-by-step plan, evidence-based resources, videos, handouts, workouts, and so much more at your fingertips. Tune in to hear her story and find out how you can get the same results. Enjoy the show. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos, struggling to rebuild your strength, heal your core, and feel confident in your body again? Hey mama, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mama who understands exactly what you're going through. Welcome to the Strong and Nourish Mama podcast, where I help busy moms like you regain your energy, rebuild strength, and feel amazing through simple, science-backed nutrition and fitness strategies. If you're ready to go from depleted to strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey, Meg. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So you took the Restore and Rebuild Your Core and Pelvic Floor program last year, and you did it during when you were pregnant with your second babe. So can you just introduce yourself a little bit, share a little bit about your not only pregnancy journey, because that's when you took the program, but your postpartum journey after having your first babe before starting the program?
Yeah, my name is Megan, and I took the program during my second pregnancy because of my first delivery not going as planned. So I took it to better prepare myself and be ready for the second birth.
So would you say then, because of what you experienced during birth with your first babe, some of those struggles influenced you to take the Restore and Rebuild Core and Pelvic Floor program?
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to have all the tools in my tool belt preparing me for the next delivery. And so I can make sure not to, or at least try my best to not cause or create any prolapse and know how to properly work with my pelvic floor to work with my body.
That was a struggle, the prolapse after your first babe? And that's something that you were wanting to prevent, or if it did happen again, being able to heal from that, recover from it adequately?
Yeah, 100%. That was my main goal with taking this program, is to have that knowledge to help repair any prolapse if it did happen again, and hopefully have what I need to not have it happen again.
You took the course, the program during the second pregnancy to prepare for that. So if that did happen after giving birth again, you were able to recover and heal. Now, did you notice anything, before we dive into that, did you notice anything while you were going through the program during pregnancy? Did anything that you learned help prepare you for labor and birth?
Yeah, definitely learning how to breathe and engage my core during proper movements was a huge help and great tool to have.
Yeah, because the breathing sometimes can be really hard. Not only just having the extra weight from baby, but breathing when you're going into labor and having the controlled breath. And then of course, postpartum, after having your baby, what did you notice about the techniques that you learned during the program when you started to integrate them postpartum? What really stuck with you and helped you heal and recover and rebuild after having your second baby?
The one thing that stuck out to me the most from the program that I really took and carried with me was for after delivery, I can jump right in with my breathing technique and using that core breath and just, laying next to the bassinet in the hospital and just practicing breathing immediately. I didn't ever know anything about that before with my first baby. And I was so happy and excited that I can already actively and safely start working that.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for the 6-week appointment to be clear to start doing things. You literally started, and it's not like you're doing burpees and jumping jacks and even walking super fast. You're literally just focusing on your breath, reconnecting core, pelvic floor, that neuromuscular connection to be able to also help heal. I'm sure that felt super empowering to be able to do that, because I think a lot of us do feel like, hey, I have to wait till I'm 6 weeks postpartum to do anything, or maybe we jump into something too quickly. Now, with the breathing, when we were talking about it in the program, when I first introduced it to you and the other women in the program, what were your thoughts on the breathing? Because a lot of the times we think, and this is something that I've experienced myself, but also hearing from other moms, like, oh yeah, I can do this. I can do the breathing, or the diaphragmatic breathing, or the transverse abdominis activation, or stability breathing. And then once you practice it, you're like, oh my gosh, wait, I was breathing wrong, or I was breathing different, or I didn't realize how hard it was. Did you experience any of that with the breathing, or were your techniques, was it easy for you to be able to connect because you are regularly doing yoga? Or what was your experience with the breathing techniques that you learned?
I think that with the yoga practice that I do, it wasn't necessarily a hard thing for me to grasp, but it certainly was a very important key factor for me to learn and see and understand, because like I said previously in my first birth, I had no idea what power that really could give you in your pregnancy and delivery and postpartum. So it was just great overall to learn. And I think learning it wasn't the hard part, just remembering to use it.
Exactly. Especially for like activities of daily living, when you were just doing things around the house with baby, or going on a walk, or lifting things up. Yeah, that definitely makes a big, big impact. After your first babe, you experienced prolapse. And that's a reason why you took this program, to be able to get the tools and the techniques to prepare, but also restore and rebuild your core after having your second baby, so that if that did happen again, you would know what to do, but also to prevent the severity. Have you experienced a difference from baby one, so being postpartum your first time, to now being postpartum after having your second baby?
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% notice a difference. I feel so much stronger, and I feel so much more confident in my body and my abilities to move my body, and getting back into my yoga practice or any kind of workout routine, to be honest. And I was honestly just happier overall with the delivery of my second baby compared to my first, with all the tools that I gained from the program.
Nice. That's awesome. That makes me so happy. And then you're able to just use that, whether it's 3 months postpartum, you're now 6 months postpartum, but even 5+ years postpartum, you're able to use these techniques, because now it's like second nature to be able to learn how to work on the stability breath, or your pelvic floor activation. Or even if you do something I've noticed, like 19 months postpartum, sometimes there are times where there's too much stress on my core and my pelvic floor. So if I do have 8 sneezes at a time, I may have a little incontinence. And so when I go back to those basic exercises, it totally, totally helps. So I'm glad that you're able to use these tools, not only just postpartum, but during pregnancy. So you can start practicing these things before you give birth. It may even help the labor and delivery process, because you're able to connect with your body and your breath. And then you can start implementing these tools postpartum in your postpartum room with the baby. And then, of course, when you start exercising again. So that is amazing. Thank you for explaining that. So you are 6 months postpartum. You took the program during pregnancy. How do you feel now compared to when you started the program? And even month 1 postpartum, is there a difference in how you're feeling now that you're continuing to practice what you learned from the program?
I definitely feel like I mentioned before, I feel like my core is stronger. even postpartum. Like, I was able to keep a strong core and continue to work on a stronger core while I was pregnant, though it may not look how you would think or want it to look after you give birth. I know it's still in the deeper core stronger from what I had worked on, and I can feel that, and I know that in my practice of yoga and working out.
You can see that difference. Yeah, because when you immediately after having a baby, right, you are going to be, we can't compare that, but it's interesting how you did notice a difference after having your second baby, after doing the program compared to after the first time you gave birth. What would you say to a mom who's thinking about joining the program but isn't quite sure if she should join?
I would highly recommend any mom in any stage join, because no matter where you're at or what you think you know, there's great piece of information in it that you will certainly walk away with like, oh wow, that actually was really helpful, and I can do that in X, Y, and Z moving forward, and now I feel like I'm stronger.
Nice, that's awesome. It definitely makes a difference when you have the confidence and you feel the difference too in the strength, not only of the strength in the gym or the aesthetics of like what you look like, but also just with activities of daily living, picking up your toddler, chasing around your toddler, holding your baby in the diaper bag and the stroller and all of the things. Like, that's a big difference. Any last thoughts or words of encouragement for other postpartum moms that you'd like to share today?
I would just say, don't feel overwhelmed and don't feel scared or nervous to join a program like this because you're thinking, oh, well, I'm not in that place. I don't want to be working out or pushing myself, because it's not that. It is giving you these tools that are, like you had mentioned, the basics, the back to your basics. Everyone can benefit from it.
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today. I am so grateful to have you on the show, and I'm super happy that you not only took the program, but you were able to benefit so much, and that you're still 6 months postpartum using what you learned today to be able to get stronger. You're feeling confident. You're feeling amazing. So I'm so happy about that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Ready to feel strong, supported, and confident in your body again? If you are tired of guessing what's safe postpartum, dealing with leaking, or just not feeling like yourself, my Restore and Rebuild Core and Pelvic Floor program was made for you, mama. In just 6 weeks, I'm going to be walking you through everything you need to heal your core, support your pelvic floor, and rebuild strength from the inside out with short, doable routines, workouts, and real support. No pressure, no fluff, just a plan that works for your body and busy life. Go to wellnessbyval.com/program to sign up now and claim the bonuses. You have until Monday, 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is Monday, April 21st, 2025, to claim your bonuses. Now, your bonuses are going to be $50 off enrollment. You're also going to get a free 30-minute nutrition coaching session with me. That's a $97 value. And I'm going to give you a done-for-you Fuel Your Recovery meal plan so that you have recipes and ideas to support you on this health journey. You don't have to do this alone. I've got you, mama. See you in the program. Hey, mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If it resonated with you, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom, a mom who's looking to make healthy eating and exercise easier, because we need that. And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It truly means the world to me and helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I will be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.